Hello everyone, this is Jersey Lee Z, you may call me Lee. And YouTube chat's a little big for my taste, hold on. If I can just adjust this a little bit, there we go, there we go. It's time to Ace Attorney it up. I finished Chronicles, I can finish this game, probably not all at once because I think I'm still only in the 4th case. Like, let me check, actually. Yeah, I'm on this one. And I haven't even gotten to the 5th case yet, so, we're still in for quite a ride. But today, we're dealing with Judge GAVÈLLE, and I'm in prison? Largely lurking today, hell yeah. Alliteration. How we doing? We're doing. We're Smiles Edgeworthing. In jail. I'm dead. Do you think this is the same jail cell that, what's his face escaped from? I like to believe so. Like, they still haven't patched up the hole under the bed, and Miles could leave anytime he wants, except, he would have to get dirty, from crawling through a dirt tunnel, and he doesn't want to do that to his suit. Never thought I'd spend another night in here again. Oh yeah, because he has been properly arrested before. And they stripped me of all the evidence we'd so painstakingly gathered. Even if they did let me keep the K's Yatagrasu pin. Damn, and they took his badge. Oh wait, no, he gave up his badge. Never mind. Well, I guess that's my badge for now. Can't help but worry about her. They'd better be treating her well. The murderer, it was me. I remember looking down and the person in the red raincoat was on the ground. It was me, Mr. Edgeworth. It was me all along. I'm the murderer. I'm the murderer. Also, if my voice is a little raspy today, I don't know why. It just is. Come on, let's go. You've got a visitor. A visitor? Who? Someone by the name of Dick Gumshoe. Want me to send him away? No. Though I'm not even sure what to say to him. I'm honestly quite surprised that Phoenix hasn't come to my defense. I miss him. Wait there. Huh? They're leaving me unsupervised. Forgive the intrusion. Oh, forgive the intrusion. You're not Dick Gumshoe! Judge GAVÈLLE! Please, Mr. Edgeworth, take a seat. What are you doing here? I was told it was Detective Gumshoe. They straight up be lying now? I guess they always have. I imagined you wouldn't come if you knew it was me. So I just bribed the fuck out of them. What could she possibly want from me now? You already took my badge, you took my evidence. What do you want? Do you want K's Yatagrasu pin? Do you want my lover? You can't have him. You can't have him. Suppose I'd better find out. What's up, girl? You may not be aware of this, but you are only permitted to meet with specially approved visitors. So I'm to be treated like a dangerous criminal, am I? Suppose my reputation has rather plummeted. It has indeed. For you, of course, and your friends. That attorney and the other girl were raising quite the fuss earlier. Fender and Emma. I saw them launch some extremely heated words at one of the guards. No, you didn't! You may thank the goddess in that regard, for even she is too busy to deal with each and every infraction. They will not be punished for their bad behavior. How is it bad behavior that they want to see someone that they know that's been locked up? That's like basic decency. Did you come here just to chit-chat with me, just to taunt me? You must have a lot of time on your hands. Not doing a lot of actual judging, are you? Oh, speaking of which, Ms. Von Karma is continuing the investigation where you left off. Well, at least I can trust her. Thank God it's not Sebastian. Oh God. I just thought you would like to know. I figured you would be worried about how they were all doing. I hate to admit it, but she read me like a book. Your motive. Oh God. Hold on, I gotta drink water. I don't know why my throat's like this today. I didn't even do karaoke last night. Oh God, I've spilled water all over myself. See, it's days like this that I keep canceling Ace Attorney streams. But I promised myself I wouldn't do it anymore. Let's cut to the chase, Your Honor. Why are you really here? I'm here simply to talk, nothing more. There is something I wish to know about you. Me? Yes, who else? Objectively speaking, you are highly intelligent and quick-witted. Why are you glazing me all of a sudden? And a born prosecutor at that. Well, no. I was born the son of a defense attorney and had all intention of becoming one until I hit 9, and, you know, the most traumatic thing in my life ever happened to me. I only became a prosecutor after the fact. Please, Judge GAVELLE, your sarcastic praise is but salt on my wounds. But I sincerely mean every word, Mr. Edgeworth, and it is why I fail to understand you. Take this latest case, for example. You were up against the very committee itself. You had no hope of succeeding. Even a child could have seen that, and yet... I don't imagine the old me would have ever been so reckless. The old me had power, and because of that, I thought that justice was always on my side. Just as you and the committee believe now. I am justice, bitch. But a certain person changed my mind. He made me reckon with my selfish and skewed sense of justice, and also made me reckon with my sexuality. Not that I really struggled with homosexuality, I'm actually quite good at it. And once the scales had fallen from my eyes, I began to look at people differently. I saw that I was only able to be an effective prosecutor thanks to the efforts of those around me. Detective Gumshoe, the many investigative officers of the force, and even Kay. It changed me. The degree to which it changed me still surprises me to this day. Oh man, if only I still had that man counter. I don't know what it was at. This is, like, this interaction alone, like, counts as, like, 10 that mans. He's like, that man, he changed my life. God, I love him. I see. Thank you. I feel that perhaps I understand you a little better now. I understand that you are a homosexual through and through. It's not just your aesthetic. You understand me? I highly doubt it. Someone who is so focused on forcing their idea of justice onto others can't possibly see what I see. Is that so? Is that what you truly believe? I will say one thing. This has been a very interesting conversation. That is all. Before I go, there is one remaining matter. I was asked to inform you that the date of your hearing has been confirmed. It will be held today in the trial chamber. The committee sends its warmest regards. The trial chamber? That's not the committee chamber, right? Like the place that the murder just happened? If that is all you had to tell me, you could have just sent a message. Edgeworth, the committee believes it has power. Gavelle, I am the committee. Edgeworth, not yet. Yeah, basically. And entrust the goddess's words to another? That wouldn't do now, would it? Until then, Mr. Edgeworth, I'll see you again very shortly. You're so sus. I don't get you. I don't get you, girl! Back to the shitty room. I miss my office. Oh, I can walk around. Well, gang. I've barely spent any time in here, and already I can feel my personal appearance slipping. I may have given up my badge, but I mustn't give up on myself. My collar, it's slightly creased. There. A tidy outside begets a tidy inside. Which is why it's more important now than ever to take care of myself. Yeah, he would do that. There's a menu here on the table. Seems that detainees are able to pay to have their meals brought to their cells. What looks good? Spaghetti and mac and cheese lunch. Add linguine for only $1. Just carbs on carbs on carbs. Basmati and brown rice special. For a limited time only, add regular white rice at no extra cost. It's probably for the best that I'm not very hungry. There's a note on the wall next to the toilet. Sorry, we're currently out of toilet paper. Please make the necessary mental preparations before using the toilet. I fucking hate it here. What sort of mental preparations can one even make? Spaghetti and mac and cheese sounds fire. I don't know what you're on about, Edgeworth. Listen, he's on keto. He's on keto. He can't eat that many carbs. Very basic bed. Can't say it was very comfortable to sleep on, however. Yeah, Edgeworth has, like, the plushest mattress in the world back home, I bet. With, like, I don't know, a fancy-ass duvet. I imagine Detective Gumshoe would sleep soundly on it nevertheless, loudly snoring all the while. I swear to God, that man can sleep on concrete. He probably does at home, considering I keep slashing his salary. I suppose we'll probably never get to work together again. I'm surprisingly sad about that. But I don't have any regrets about the bed I've made. I will follow my own path to the end. Hello, Lee had to dash to the toilet right on getting home. Oh god. There's a poster in the corridor outside. I hope you have toilet paper at least, Randall. We regret to announce that due to the warden's arrest, the Die of Destiny game will be discontinued. No! No! The DM got arrested! Fuck! Inmates will no longer need to roll a die every morning to determine their meals for the day. Oh. It's that kind of DM. I see. And we wholeheartedly apologize to those who were looking forward to their daily casting of the die. You know what? Some people would actually look forward to the gambling. Even if they roll a nat 1 and get gruel. Did anyone really need an apology for the cessation of such a ridiculous idea in the first place? Listen, Edgeworth, you wouldn't get it. You wouldn't get it. Master of an actual dungeon. Yeah, pretty much. Do I have another visitor? Kay! Oh, thank goodness you seem alright. That's a load off my mind. No, such a heartwarming scene. It's enough to make Groatman cry. But you're still not your usual cheery... I mean, you have to stay positive, Kay. You didn't do anything wrong. In fact, I guarantee you didn't. No, you have to let it go. The accident was a decade ago, Mr. Edgeworth. You have to let it go. I'm the murderer, I know that now. But you're not, you can't be. Why don't you have any faith in yourself? The amnesia, probably. How can I, Mr. Edgeworth, when there is no me left to believe in? None at all. I don't think that's true. Before you lost your memory, we spent quite a bit of time together. And I dare say you left quite the impression on me. So you see, there's still plenty of you left. That's why I believe so much in your innocence. And why you should believe in yourself, too. Thank you. But I can't. It would just cause more pain for the both of us. Please, you have to forget her. Forget that, Kay. She's gone. Sorry, the old Kay can't come to the phone right now. She's dead. Kay, no! You remind me of my younger self, you know. So noble. So bold. I kinda doubt it, dog. Fucking Excelsius. Excelsius winner, dude. This is the justice you and the committee stand for? Justice. I suppose you could call it that. What is he up to? Why is he going to such lengths to control everything? Maybe because he's the big bad? Can't shake the feeling that something is very wrong here. Is there some hidden agenda at play? This is no time to second guess myself. If I'm going to find out what it is, it's now or never. Well then, my boy. I suppose I should be... Wait. Trapped in my domain expansion! Why is the chairman so intent on seeing Kay charged with this murder? It doesn't make any sense. There must be some rhyme or reason to this madness. Holy shit, he's got a whole defense. Jesus Christ. Come now, Miles, I'm a busy, important man. Can't be wasting my precious time talking to you. The only way out of our current predicament is through Chairman Winner. There's so much to ask and so little time. Imaginary art, lawyer chess! Let's start by trying to find out why he rushed to have Kay arrested so quickly. Can't just let this happen. I'm getting answers if it's the last thing I do. Mind chess, commence! Kay's innocent. Kay is innocent. No, my boy, that's just clumsy. Anyone can blurt out a baseless assertion like that. Even a disgraced superstar prosecutor. Ugh. Ow. It's no good. I don't have enough information to take this any further just yet. But my chance will come. Oh, I've never been penalized for choosing the wrong option before here. Oh, God. Why the rush? Why were you so keen to push through Kay's arrest? I've yet to hear a satisfactory explanation. An explanation? I'm not entirely sure what you mean. Don't give me that. You know exactly what I mean. Tut. I advise you to moderate your tone, dear boy. Need I remind you of your position? He's angry. And suppose we did let your friend go free, what then? What do you mean, what then?
Think how that would look, my boy, and who would have to take the blame? Me, that's who.
That would be a good thing. Nah. He's angry.
You're right to keep your mouth shut. That way you won't say anything foolish.
Sorry, but I can't stay silent forever. Not while Kay's innocence is still in doubt.
No, you're breaking my heart. Just look at this flood of tears spilling out.
Why are your tears carbonated?
Please, just leave it alone, will you? Things were coming along nicely until you interfered.
Coming along nicely? Coming along nicely. It's a pretty strange way of putting it. It's almost as if you wanted Kay's arrest to happen. It certainly doesn't sound like the statement of an impartial representative of the law. His tears are enough to hydrate a small village. A very, very tiny village.
You think so? Well, that wasn't my intention. Has it occurred to you that you might just be overthinking things a little? You and your logic. Ha!
Chairman Winner certainly knows how to dodge a question. But it doesn't change the fact that serious doubts remain concerning Kay's arrests. Next, we'll need to press him on whether he really believes the investigation was sufficient. Woohoo! We can't allow any of his statements to go unexamined, no matter how trivial they may seem. One of them may just give us the breakthrough we need. Kay's innocent! You know what? Fuck it.
No, no, no.
Ugh. I'm just gonna say it every time. I don't care. I know what I want to say. How much time did you spend investigating? How much time was spent on your investigation altogether?
Well, now, let's see. You know what? I'm not sure I can remember.
And I'm sure you can. You won't bluster your way out of this one.
It's not bluster, my boy. I honestly don't recall. It's a problem when you get to my age, you see. Why, I even forget my own son's name sometimes.
I think that's just because you suck as a dad. Kay is innocent! Never mind, you fool of a son. I don't care about his ass. Answer me. How long did you spend on the investigation?
You're right, of course. The boy's a fool. I never meant for him to grow up like that. Or at all, but... Oh, woe is me. Oh.
He's only too happy to derail the conversation no matter where I take it. I have to force him to take this seriously. Let's try another tack for now. You were the one calling the shots, weren't you? You can hardly say your investigation was sufficient. And you're the one who called all the shots, weren't you? Including the decision to have Kay arrested?
Oh, I'm afraid I'm nowhere near as influential as you think, dear boy.
You're the chairman of the committee. Doesn't get much more influential than that. Not that I care about such things.
You wound me. It's enough to drive an old man to tears.
You'll have to forgive me, I'm not the deferential type. I also don't give a shit.
Well, if you're going to insist on being so blunt, then I'm afraid you won't be seeing your prosecutor's badge again anytime soon.
I mean, I gave it up for a reason. I can't live without that badge. I don't need that badge anyway. Let me make something clear once and for all. That badge isn't the be-all, end-all for me. Far from it. I'm not concerned with titles or roles. Even you must understand that much. I have the distinct feeling that he is someone that, you know, considers titles and roles the be-all, end-all.
So young, so very young. A word of advice, Miles, from somebody who's been around the block. You're hopelessly naive, my boy, idiotically so.
Well, that certainly got under his skin. He might be less guarded in his answers while he's in the state. Now's my chance. How much time was spent on your investigation altogether?
My, you really don't give up, do you? But even my patience has its limits, you know.
What a coincidence, so does mine. That's actually what the bar at the top is. My patience is quite thin. Now answer the question. Do you believe that your investigation was sufficient or not?
The youth these days are wont to be reckless. Makes me want to put you in your place.
Hey, yo, sir. I don't consent to that.
You're going to regret that, my boy.
Why do you just carry around an extremely flammable stack of papers? Oops! I didn't even read those!
Well, maybe you do know your place after all. What's the matter, scared?
Hardly. I was just thinking about how best to proceed. Getting answers from the elderly requires sensitivity. They can get quite emotional, after all. Get fucked.
You have no common sense whatsoever, do you? Don't you understand? Your fate rests in my hands.
Oh, that was correct. Okay. You think... You think fate matters to me now? I've got you now. You're backed into a corner. Oh, that sounds generic.
What's he going on about all by your lonesome over there? You need to cut an old man like me some slack. I can't keep up with you all that youthful energy.
So is this also an angry animation? Curses! Oh, whoops. Curses. I should have picked my words more wisely. Shit. Can't just let this happen. I'm getting answers if it's the last thing I do. God damn it. Yeah, I guess that's angry. No, I'm putting you in your place. No. Bide my time.
Let's say you do manage to get some answers from me. There's nothing you can do with them, so why not give it up, dear boy?
No, I don't wanna. He's just wasting whole sheets of papers. Yeah, he's burning legal documents. But you know, he's the head of the committee, so who gives a fuck?
And why not?
It's simple, because I'm not about to let the truth escape me.
Interesting. I think I'm beginning to see what makes you tick. But what you're doing is pointless. Tragically, and miserably pointless. But please, just give up. She's guilty. The decision has been made.
The decision's been made? Once again, your choice of words intrigues me. It's almost as if Kay's guilt has already been determined from before her arrest. Jesus, this guy's defensive.
What are you trying to imply?
That you plan to have her arrested. I'm implying that things haven't gone as they normally should. In fact, everything has proceeded as if Kay's arrest was the end goal right from the very start. Well, Chairman Winner, was it?
That's certainly an intriguing theory. But it's also a complete work of fiction, and I'm afraid I don't have time for such flights of fancy. I think it's time we brought this shabby little farce to an end, don't you?
No! He's trying to make us escape! We must confirm the legality of Kay's arrest before he slips away. Whoo! That's a needed heal. It's faint, but the truth is finally beginning to emerge. And I'm not about to let this opportunity pass me by. Kay is innocent!
No, my boy.
I don't care. I'm gonna say it until it's true. I still have questions. Wait, we're not done yet.
I'm tired of all this talking, so make it brief, will you? 'Cause
What grounds did you have? Based on everything I've heard from you so far, it's clear that Kay's arrest is entirely unfounded.
Yes, I think we're all familiar with this particular refrain of yours by now. But I'm afraid it doesn't matter either way. You don't have what it takes to secure her release anyhow.
How dare you take this so lightly as a man of the law?
My, aren't you a rude little boy who needs his place put? But my fuse is only so long.
And what about my fuse? Oh, you have no idea how rude I can be. I know this isn't the right answer, I just wanted to say it. God damn it. Curses. Bide my time.
Honestly speaking, I don't have the time to waste on every last question you can dream up. I have certain responsibilities to attend to, you know. I really am quite the busy man.
Or are you just pretending to be busy,
That's an awful thing to say to a fragile old man. I work harder than I should at my age. I ask you, my boy, what could I even hope to accomplish by putting up such a pretense?
You're hoping to avoid talking about the case, duh. You obviously don't want to talk about the case anymore. That's why you're so keen to get out of this conversation, isn't it?
It's just so tragic, it really is. That you would suspect me of such things.
It's not a suspicion, it's a certainty. There were no clear grounds on which to base Kay's arrest for a start.
Now, my boy, let's not get carried away. There was plenty of evidence to support our case. The mask, the letter, the corsage, these were all in her possession. And of course, her confession. More than enough to prove her guilt, I'd say.
How does he see with all that water in his eyes? But those, do you think it's just like extra hydrating for the eyeballs?
What's the matter? Struggling to come up with a way to explain everything away?
Actually, I have the perfect explanation. No, he's angry. Bide my time.
Well, there we have it. Your silence speaks volumes.
It's true I can't counter your argument right now, but you did let something valuable slip. A suspiciously detailed knowledge of the evidence against Kay. He rattled off that list like he knew it inside out. I think that might prove to be a valuable clue. Kay's innocent! Aww. I still have questions. Who gave the order? Who gave the order? Who decided that Kay should be arrested?
You know, I can't seem to remember. Don't ever get old, Miles, my boy. It wreaks havoc on the memory. I think you should just die as you are.
Time to deploy my clue. You remembered all the evidence pretty well, old man. I'd appreciate it if you stopped playing the old man card. You remembered the details of the evidence against Kay pretty clearly. Perhaps if your memory didn't fail you only when it was convenient, I'd be more inclined to believe you. God, I fucking love this track, dog. So let me ask you again, who gave the order for Kay's arrest?
You're a sharp one, I'll give you that. My son could learn a thing or two or 100 from you. If he wasn't such an incurable numbskull, that is. It's a tragedy, really. I can't believe I have to pay child support for that fucking thing.
I don't want to hear about your fucking shitty, stupid son. I want to know who authorized the arrest.
You're very mean. You know that, don't you? And I mean specifically to me. I don't give a fuck about my son. The arrest, you say? I believe the order was given by...
You. Come now, Chairman Winner. We both know it was you.
Alright, you got me. You make it sound like it was somehow a bad thing, though. But I have a reputation to uphold, so I guess I'd better clear up this little misunderstanding. I'll entertain your questions for a few more minutes. Let's see if I can't put your mind at ease.
The key thing to do now is to establish how intimately he knows the details of the case. I just have to ask the right questions. Sheesh, she was close. Woo! That's fucking satisfying. Oh, God. The end game is at hand, but we're but a few moves away from the truth. Kay is innocent! God damn it. Tell me what you know. The suspect, Kay Faraday. How much do you know about her, exactly?
I know that she's the suspect. Aside from that, not much else. Cross my heart and hope to, I don't know, kill you. But it's true.
I don't have a clue as to how to proceed with this line of questioning. Better try another tack for now. You seem to know an awful lot about the case. You seem to know the case in quite some detail.
I know lots and lots of things, my boy. I'm just smart like that. Unlike my shit son. Dim-witted fucking oaf of a son.
Too bad the same can't be said about the way you handled Kay's arrest. Angie. Careful with that lighter.
I'm a very busy man. Do try to remember I can bring this little chat to an end whenever I so choose.
Then why didn't you stop it earlier, doofus? He really hates his son, doesn't he? Yeah. I mean, I hate him too. It's just that I, like, hate-love him. I think he just hates him. It's only taking so long because you won't give me a straight answer to any of my questions. If only you'd stop giving me the runaround, we'd be done already. So let's try this again. You seem to know the details of the case quite intimately. Why is that?
Because I read the case file. Not exactly the most thrilling use of my time, of course, but it's part of the job. I have to be a good role model. I can't be seen slagging. It can be so hard.
Since when do you care about being a good role model? You clearly weren't for your fucking shit son.
But I had some time on my hands, so I read the whole thing from cover to cover.
But you keep saying how busy you are. That's strange. I could have sworn you just told me you're a very busy man. I'd say the cracks are finally starting to show, wouldn't you? If you're so keen on being an upstanding leader, you can start by releasing Kay, you know.
You really don't give up, do you? It's a moving sight indeed, my boy. If only my son were as smart as you. What a tragic one, too. After all your efforts are for naught. I'm afraid your little friend was found unconscious near the scene of the crime.
And what was the weather like that day? Where was she found? We have yet to hear much about the circumstances under which Kay was found. She was lying unconscious in the storeroom, correct?
That's right. Although I'm not at liberty to tell you how I know that.
He knows things even we didn't. In fact, he seems to be aware of every tiny detail about this case. This could be a valuable clue. The suspect, Kay Faraday. How much do you know about her? Cross my heart. Time to deploy my clue. Yet you know every other detail about the case. Sorry, but the more you tell me, the less sense your story makes. For one thing, you know details that even those investigating the scene were not aware of. Why is that? Just how much do you really know, Chairman Winner? It's almost like he was the murderer or something.
Oh, there's that intimidating face you like to make again. Well, two can play at this game. How do you like me now,
I'm sorry. This is a threat? I'm in a jail cell, dude. You can't even reach me. You don't have what it takes to be me. He angry. I shut up.
I do have to commend you on your doggedness. It really is something. Certainly is more than my son, who gives up the moment, things get hard for him. What a fucking wimp.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Take it however you like, but wrap this up, will you? I just don't have the stamina anymore. She's the culprit, the only possible suspect. Just accept that already. How much more evidence did you want us to load her down with, for goodness sake?
Load her down with? Yet another interesting turn of phrase. One that makes it sound a lot like the items Kay was carrying might have been foisted upon her. Why do these people have the inability to, shut the fuck up? I guess it's part of Edgeworth's domain expansions, right? It's like Zone of Truth. Except he's forcing the truth out of them.
Impressive. You really do pay attention, don't you? It's no matter they used to call you a prodigy, Mr. Ex-Prosecutor. I think you know the answer to your own question by now. Why don't you just go ahead and say it? I want to hear it from you.
It's finally time to shed light on the truth. All that's left is to play one last move. Kay is innocent!
No, my boy.
Time to deploy my clue, bitch! Finally! Except I know it wasn't her. I used my king to destroy the king, which should not be possible, but fuck it, dude. Kay was framed. The true culprit set it all up so she would take the fall instead. That is my answer, and I won't let you deny it any longer. Wrecked. That's funny as fuck. What the fuck?
My, you really are a sharp one, It's a bit of a shame you chose to hand in your badge. I admit it. You're right on all accounts.
And that's checkmate. Whew. Caught his own beard on fire. Man does not moisturize. That shit was dry. You knew Kay wasn't the real murderer, and yet you still had her arrested. What's worse, you thought you could get away with it. Well, you won't. Not if I can help it. What just happened? Mind chess.
There you go with that naivete again, my boy. I guess that was always your problem. With the girl arrested and her conviction secured, this whole mess goes away, and that's what will happen.
I bet you, his breakdown is that his beard catches fire and he can't put it out in time, and then his entire, head of fucking, Sasquatch hair catches on fire and he just burns to death. But whose interests does a conclusion like that serve?
The committee's, I suppose. And mine. Listening to you just now, well, it really got the tears flowing, I have to say. And I do have to say, I'm very grateful. The tears were able to extinguish my beard. It was poignant and heartfelt and sincere, and utterly infuriating. Look, I'm not perfect, I know that, but your lack of sophistication in these matters is beyond the pale. You insist that the truth is more important than anything else. But would you say the same if you knew what the real value of the truth is?
What are you trying to say?
When you get to my level, you don't uncover the truth. You make it, little by little. Kay Faraday, murderer. That's the truth. The truth I created.
Okay, hold on. Let me make a prediction. I remember on the keycard access thing, before the victim's keycard was used, Judge GAVÈLLE'S keycard was used, I think? Right? Accusing the protege of Manfred von Karma of naivete is funny. I mean, if he still believed Manfred von Karma's, like, rhetoric, I would say, yeah, he would be pretty fucking naive. However, you know, he's long left that behind, thanks to that man. Okay, but, like, Judge GAVÈLLE'S, like, keycard was used before the victim's keycard, right? I think he's the murderer because he has just, like, he just has those animations that would make an interesting breakdown, right? But he's gonna pin it on GAVÈLLE. Like, I think, like, he says it's for the committee, and I know she's on the committee, and we don't know anything, like, anyone else on the committee, right? So, I think that's what's happening here.
Yes, my boy. That's what I'd like to see, the rage. Crash the fuck out. You're so sincere sometimes, it's painful. It just makes me want to put you in your place.
Again, so I don't consent to that. I have a boyfriend.
Knowing the real truth will get you nowhere. Because that's how much it's worth. Nothing. Shocking, I know.
But why not go after the real killer? How much do you even know about what really happened?
You're still not getting it. That's your truth. And it is worthless. Mine is all that matters. You understand what I'm saying, don't you, Mr. Ex-Prosecutor? I have all the power here. Curse you. Well, aren't you menacing? You and your little friend are just as bad as each other. Violent criminals who deserve to be locked up.
What part of me is violent, bitch?
You'll pay for this! And with that, yet another person disappears from my life. Oh, it just makes me want to cry, and cry, and cry.
Bitch. God, I hate it here. That man is truly that man, the man who manned his way to Edgeworth. He is certainly a man. I'm not planning to disappear just yet, Chairman Winner. There's still the hearing later today. Prosecutor Edgeworth does not choose death. Just you wait, one way or another, I'll prove Kay's innocence to the world then. Oh, shit. Hello. Look at this colorful cast of characters, by which I mean a bunch of random guys in suits and Judge GAVÈLLE. Why is one of the committee members missing? Is that the dead one?
10 members. Over a majority are present. I hereby call this hearing to order.
Oh god, who's calling me? Hold on. I gotta send out a text and turn on Do Not Disturb. Un momento. Turn on. And... okay.
I hereby call this hearing to order. We are gathered here today to assess the professional competency of Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth.
Every time I hear the phrase "we are gathered here today," I forget it can be used in settings other than weddings. Like, I usually hear this in weddings, but I guess it's also used in court.
Here, in the sight of the goddess, we do solemnly swear to pass fair and frank judgment.
Fair and frank. Don't make me laugh.
Verity, if you would be so kind as to summarize the case against Mr. Edgeworth.
On April 5th, despite having been advised of the illegality of an investigation he was conducting, the accused refused to desist and eventually had to be detained by myself and Chairman Winner. His actions compromised the investigation into the murder of a certain defense attorney. Wait, she's a defense attorney? Wait, what? Huh? And despite having been presented with copious evidence of her guilt, he continues to insist that the suspect, 1K Faraday, is innocent of all charges.
Perhaps you could explain the details of the murder to us as well.
Of course. On the morning of the 5th, the body of the victim was found here in the committee chamber. Further explanation will be provided by...
Me, Eustace Winner, Premier Prosecutor.
Oh God, why? The floor is yours, Mr. Winner. Oops, I made her British for a line.
The murder itself happened late on the night of the 4th. The victim was Miss Rosie Ringer.
I like to imagine he just has like the case files in his hand and he's reading directly from them. Also, crazy, like, is this fucking Squid Games?
That same night, an illicit auction was being held here in this very room. Ringer took part in that auction, I think. Yeah.
Meaning that the murder took place sometime during the auction. It looks like a cult. Yeah.
When she was found, the Ringer was dressed in an outfit that matched the description of the auctioneers. However, due to the fact that the auction carried on after the murder had occurred, I deduced that Ringer was not in fact the auctioneer. And I did that all on my own.
You deduced nothing of the sort. And what about the basis on which the suspect was detained, Mr. Winner? I like how in front of his dad, she calls him Mr. Winner instead of Eustace. Now, why does Ringer look like Mia? Yeah, a little bit, huh? I wish I could look at the body again, but a little bit, yeah. She's got the same kind of hair.
Yeah, I got this. So Faraday was overcome by,
crushing remorse, Eustace. Remember the script?
Yeah, that. Tons of crushing remorse. So she confessed.
Useless. Sorry, Eustace. The script is in your hands. You can just read from that.
Oh, but... These words are so complicated. I can't read these. According to her confession, she was on the roof of this building when she encountered a person in a red raincoat on the viewing platform. And that person was Miss Ringer, I take it.
Precisely, Mr. Chairman. The killer dressed the victim in the auctioneer's outfit after the fact. But at the time when she was killed, Miss Ringer was wearing a red raincoat.
And who won the race to find that raincoat nearby? Me, that's who.
Did you? I thought it was somebody from forensics. It was definitely someone from forensics. Strictly speaking, it was found by one of the forensic investigators under Mr. Winner's command. But that's basically the same thing.
I knew it. The blood analysis on the coat showed that it was indeed Miss Ringer who had worn it. And the suspect's confession was the final nail in the coffin. She confirmed having committed the murder. So as you can see, Kay Faraday was the killer. There's no way anybody else could have done it. All right, Miles, I expect you to have some objections. I know that my boy's testimony is full of plot holes and other such stupidness. So, let's get them out of the way, shall we?
I have no objections, Chairman Winner.
Well now, is that so? I thought it would have been more than...
No objections in the matter of my unauthorized investigation, that is. But in the matter of Miss Faraday's supposed guilt, I have plenty. I can personally attest to the fact that Mr. Winner's investigation was fair and impartial. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, of course it was.
Wait. I didn't even piece this together that I gave him a papyrus-like voice.
Yeah. When it comes to carefully conducted ops, I'm the winner every time. You know, Miles, it's within my power to offer you a plea deal of sorts. If, and this is purely hypothetical, of course, you were to withdraw your objections, you might wake up tomorrow to find yourself the proud owner of a seat on this committee.
That's crazy, dude. I don't want to be on a fucking committee. How am I meant to face my boyfriend in court if I'm on the fucking committee?
So I ask you again, do you have any objections, Mr. Edgeworth?
If you think you can buy my silence, think again. You will watch your mouth. Only if the chairman watches his. I didn't come here to talk about committee seats. I came here to talk about the murder case. I demand a statement under oath, and I won't rest until I have one. I want to know exactly what the committee's view on the incident is.
You want to put us on trial, my boy? Very well, if it makes you happy. Verity, please provide Mr. Edgeworth with the materials pertaining to the case.
Really? But sir...
This will be his last hurrah, so let's humor him with the send-off he desires.
Oh, the hubris of these fucking villains, dog. If you say so, Mr. Chairman. I say that we can get away with this by just not giving him the evidence. But, you know, whatever, you're my boss. Hooray.
You have no objections to Verity representing the committee, I assume?
Well, there it is. There's the stuff. Yes, she does look like fucking Mia. Doesn't Mia even have, like, a mole? Like, there? Or, like, on her face? Huh. None whatsoever. Mr. Edgeworth? Don't worry, Kay. Everything will be fine. You'll see. Committee's view of the case. Okay. I'm gonna BRB real quick. Just to go to the bathroom real quick. Alright. See you all in a couple minutes. Hello, I'm back. You could say she's a dead ringer. Boo! Boo! She does have a mole. In fact, I believe this case is recycled from the very second case from the original Ace Attorney. I mean, other than the victim looking kind of similar, I don't think there's very much. Like, I don't think there's very much, like, overlap with the cases or anything. Other than, like, I guess, big influential person, like, is covering it up.
Miss Ringer attended the auction as a potential buyer. The red raincoat was one of the items up for sale. So our assumption is that after winning and paying for it, she left the auction with her purchase. The only exit from the storeroom was, of course, the hatch leading up to the roof. After she'd emerged onto the viewing platform, that's when Miss Ringer was attacked by Miss Faraday. Shortly thereafter, her flame went out, and thus concludes the committee's view of the case.
Huh. The raincoat was on offer that night. Is that really true?
We believe so, yes. You remember the failed assassination attempt on the president of Zhengfa, I assume. The raincoat is a piece of evidence from that case. It should, of course, have remained safely under lock and key in the appropriate facility. But our inquiries revealed that it did in fact go missing under mysterious circumstances.
And wound up in the auction along with everything else. That makes sense, I suppose. Yeah, and it was on the fucking mannequin. This one. This one. The lawyer's placed in jail, the young girl's blamed for murder, and a corrupt figure's covering it up. Oh, yeah, that's true, I guess. But... yeah. It's just that, you know, like, generally when you think, like, recycled, you think it's like, it's like one for one. But yeah, it is pretty similar in that sense. But, like, then again, young girl blamed for murder is like 50% of Ace Attorney cases.
Wonderful work, Verity. Just wonderful, crystal clear as ever. You flatter me, sir.
You two aren't like a thing, right?
Now, Mr. Edgeworth, perhaps you could save us all some time and simply admit defeat?
I'll do no such thing, thank you very much.
Very well. It's good to know that you still have some fight in you.
It is? Why? Come to think of it, she said some strange things when she visited me in the morning, too. What exactly is she up to? Okay. Press... In other words, a member of the committee was actively involved in the illegal evidence trade.
It is unfortunate. I don't know what else to say.
And, of course, we'll be looking into any such activities just as soon as this hearing is over and done with.
I commend your decisions to pursue the matter further, Mr. Chairman.
Now. Possibly planning a gotcha trap? Yeah.
Oh, don't be silly, Verity. It's the least we can do, really.
She's done it before, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Not that it's any of your business, Miles, not anymore. If only you would remain a prosecutor. But you didn't. Now, we're quite done making an old man cry over this old sad affair.
Very well. Allow me to continue. The red raincoat was one of the items up for sale.
Okay. So the raincoat really was one of the auction lots.
That's correct. I believe it originally belonged to a Mr. Shelley the Killer.
Considering its status as a piece of evidence, is the only logical conclusion.
It's from when he made his attempt on the president's life. Yeah. There was an unexplained mannequin standing amongst the other items for sale. It could well have been used to display the code prior to the auction. Do we know how the items were being smuggled in? That is still under investigation, and is entirely unrelated to the matter at hand. Especially considering that you will soon officially be a prosecutor no longer, Mr. Edgeworth. Sounds like the outcome of this hearing is a foregone conclusion. No surprises there. My personal circumstances aren't important right now. Please continue, Your Honor. As I was saying, the raincoat was one of the items up for sale. After winning and paying for it, she left the auction with her purchase.
Hold it!
Water. Why did she leave so soon after making her purchase? Because of the auction house rules. Winning bidders are expected to pay for their items immediately. Miss Hart told us pretty much the same thing. Miss Ringer, having paid for the raincoats, probably left immediately afterwards in accordance with the rules. The only exit to the storm was, of course, the hatch leading up to the roof.
Hold it!
That's not true, though. Miss Ringer was a member of the committee. Could she not have left the committee chamber via the main door? While the auction was still underway, I would risk exposing its existence to those outside the trusted circle of attendees. Given that Miss Hart found out about it, I think its existence is already well and exposed. Oh, you are going to be in the shittiest tabloid article of your life. The rules of the auction stated the attendees were to enter and leave via the hatch in the roof. Miss Ringer had no reason not to follow those rules. And given where the murder took place, we know that she must have done so. After she emerged onto the viewing platform, that's when Miss Ringer was attacked by Miss Faraday.
Hold it!
Nuh-uh. Why? What possible motive could Kay have had? That is exactly what we are hoping to establish in our upcoming interviews with Miss Faraday. Coercive interrogation after the fact. Something you seem to specialize in, bitch. If the murderer knew that the attendees would all be leaving via the hatch, then the roof would have been the perfect place to lie in wait. So as I was saying, after she'd emerged onto the viewing platform, that's when Miss Ringer was attacked. Her flame went out, and thus concludes the committee's view of the case.
Hold it!
Okay. Her flame went out. The flame of her life, Mr. Edgeworth. Though perhaps her flame was stolen from her is more apt.
Objection!
But the candelabrum that extinguished her life was one of the auction lots, meaning Kay had no way of getting a hold of it to begin with.
Overruled.
Miss Faraday could not have lain in wait for the victim without knowing of the storeroom's existence. She could have easily snuck down the ladder and stolen it while the auction was underway.
If only we knew where the candle holder was during the auction. That would surely clear the matter up, no? Well, either of you?
Sadly, we don't have anything that can tell us much on that front at the moment. What? What? Huh? It was in the room. Forgive me, sir. This is something we are hoping to establish through further investigation.
Well, isn't that a shame, Miles, my boy? Seems this line of inquiry is something of a dead end then, isn't it?
So the theory is that the victim and a killer met on the roof, and that's where the murder took place. In other words, it assumes the viewing platform was the scene of the crime. But is that really the case? I thought I had evidence that clearly shows the story of what happened that night. Time to double check. Na-na. Na-na-na-na. Na-na-na-na-na. Na-na. Hmm. I think it's here. This seems correct.
Sorry, let me stretch real quick.
Whew. This is looking like a classic case of if the magic trick is so specific that there's only one way to do it, that's how you do it. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. I think it's probably this one. That Miss Ringer was attacked by Miss K. Faraday. Okay. Then why is there blood on her hand? Before she goes up to the viewing platform.
Objection!
Doofus. Maybe you can clear something up for me, Judge Gavelle. But what is Miss Hart doing here at this hearing? She's an eyewitness. I thought it would be obvious. Oh, that's your first mistake. Well, now, I ain't really an eyewitness, more of an ear witness, I guess. My camera's the eye. She's not exactly the most confidence-inspiring choice to help you make your case, is she? I would know from personal experience. I like to think I choose my allies a little more carefully than you, Mr. Edgeworth. Then you should question them more thoroughly, because there's something she hasn't told you. Take a look at this. It's a photo taken by Miss Hart. Yes, in the storeroom, correct? What of it? According to your theory, the murder occurred up on the roof. But according to Miss Hart's testimony, she happened to witness the entire incident unfold in the storeroom, just before she took this picture.
Wait! You're saying Gavelle got it?
Wrong. That's exactly what I'm saying.
What?
Miss Hart, if I may confirm your account of the events you witnessed that night. This bitch lost me all my cases against that man. Oh, but what a man he is. You saw the person in the picture, correct?
I sure did, clear as day, and with my own 2 eyes to boot.
And what were your impressions at that point?
My impressions?
This right here, the scoop of is the scoop of the century? Something like that?
Yeah, that makes sense.
You know what? Like, moron duo. I was hoping more for your impressions of the person in question.
Oh, that there's a walking meal ticket.
Seriously? That's just my little joke. No need to look at me like I done sat on your lunch. Oh, red raincoat, right? Why, I took one look and I thought, that's our perp right there. And therein lies the rub. For Miss Hart to have thought such a thing means... Ah, Mr. Edgeworth, when will you learn to use your words? If it's an explanation of the facts that you require, you need only ask, you know. What do you mean? I assume you're about to raise the issue of the voices Miss Hart heard? Voices that may be unrelated. No, I'm talking about the giant fucking bloodstain on the hand.
Objection!
Unrelated? You can do better than that. Was one of the voices Miss Hart heard really even Miss Ringer's?
You're kidding me, right? Them folks was talking crime-related turkey, or my name ain't Lotta Dang Hart.
But did you hear them clearly?
Well, can't rightly say for sure, but...
You know, I bet fucking, Tabby. I bet Tabby would have gotten this.
Ah, I can't rightly say nothing, you know it. They was using voice changers, I done told you that.
Lotta being unhelpful as usual. Listen, her picture is the only thing that matters here. Precisely. Miss Hart heard voices, but those voices were disguised. Which means we cannot even be certain that whatever she did over here had anything to do with the murder.
Objection!
Oh, Judge Gavelle. You thought I was on about the voices? You don't need to yell objection in order to sigh at me, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, but it's fun. It seems I overestimated you, Judge Gavelle.
Nonsense. Verity's the best of us, my boy. The very best. Verity best.
And yet she believes that what Miss Hart heard might not have had anything to do with the murder? Even supposing that that's the case, it doesn't prove that the murder didn't happen in the storeroom. This incident happened before the victim was able to go up to the roof. That much we can say for certain. And I can tell you why. This proves that the incident happened before the victim went up to the roof. What if they're like, oh, but it's just like paint. You know? It's just like paint.
Take that!
We initially thought that the person in the red raincoat was the culprit. Yeah, because Miss Hart said as much. Indeed, she told us about the blood she saw in this person's hand. And I doubt many people would have thought differently given her testimony. Ergo, if this person is the killer, then the blood we see would be from when they attacked the victim. But knowing what we know now, that this person is in fact the victim, it recontextualizes everything. The presence of blood still shows that the picture was taken after the attack. But now it tells us something very important about the victim too. This picture tells us that the victim survived. There's no doubt in my mind that the victim was attacked in the storeroom. Here we have photographic evidence of her standing upright and alive, albeit with a bloody hand. This can only mean that Miss Ringer survived the attack. Oh, God, hold on. My eyes! Whew. Oh, God, sometimes I wish I was a coffee drinker. The blood on her hand is from the wound she had sustained.
What are you talking about?
Things in the eyes. I mean, it's not like a literal thing, it's just tiredness in the eyes.
What are you talking about? Who dies from a hand wound?
The wound wasn't on her hand, Mr. Wenner. I imagine she'd used her hand to try and staunch a wound. That's right. While it's impossible to tell from this angle, the victim was already mortally wounded here.
Well, that certainly would change things, wouldn't it?
It very much would, not least by making it absurd to suggest that Kay was the attacker. Her encounter with the victim happened after this picture had been taken. After the victim had already been attacked and was in critical condition. I put it to you that all Kay witnessed was the victim finally succumbing to her wounds. That would have been quite the coincidence. It's a textbook case of wrong place, wrong time, I'd say. Which happens a lot in Ace Attorney. You seem to be forgetting a rather important fact, Mr. Edgeworth.
Well, that or pretending to not remember it.
What? What fact am I forgetting?
I think it's time to wrap things up, don't you, Verity? Put the boy out of his misery.
Dad, GAVELLE works for me! Why do you keep giving her orders? That's my job!
Ugh, you really are. A total and utter embarrassment. God, I fucking hate you.
I'm not! I hate to break it to you, but you both are. Oof! Go to it, GAVELLE. Put Edgeworth out of commission, Eustace. Oh, out of his misery. As you wish. I guess I'm technically already out of commission, right? What you're forgetting. Miss Ringer's body was found with 3 wounds in her chest. And we all know what those wounds are from, don't we? That's right. They're from when she was stabbed in the chest by a 3-armed candelabrum. I doubt anyone could survive such grave wounds. If you care to read the coroner's report, I'm sure you would change your name. Or change your tune. Holy shit. I can't read.
And nicely done, Gavelle. Now Edgeworth will have to...
Make several objections? Yes, I'm afraid I will.
What? Why? Weren't you listening?
Oh, I was listening. Very carefully, in fact, hence my objections.
Come on! Why do you always have to undermine me?
I'm not undermining you, I'm undermining the people that actually know shit. You haven't done anything in this case, Eustace. That's never my intention, I assure you.
It isn't?
Because you do it so well to yourself every single time already.
Of course it isn't. Yeah, I knew that. Because I'm... Oh, please, Eustace, just stop, for goodness sake. You've already embarrassed me enough. Uh-huh? What do you mean, Dad?
Imagine if Edgeworth read the coroner's report, he had to change his name. Yeah. Like, sorry. Your name is now Kilometers Edgeworth. 3 wounds in her chest. Yeah, okay.
Hold it!
3 wounds. That can't have been pleasant. Yes. Which is why we must see that the perpetrator of this cruel act pays for their sins. Don't listen to her, Kay. She's just trying to scare you. If we could please continue on, Judge Gavelle. Very well. As I was saying, there were 3 wounds. Hold on, let me do a different kind of stretch just to get blood flow to my head. Ugh. Whew. Okay. Should be fine now. Hopefully. We all know what those wounds are from. Oops.
Hold it!
I do. But perhaps we should ask Mr. Winner. He does, I'm sure. Don't you, Eustace?
Who? Me? Oh, you bet I do. I know this case inside out.
Who does he think he's fooling?
Eustace, my boy. Make an old man happy and at least glance at the coroner's report, would you?
Sure, let's see. Yada yada, 3 puncture wounds, blah blah, candle holder. No way, that's what they used! Crazy. He's so stupid! Precisely. The wounds were inflicted just as Eustace says. Girl, why do you glaze him so hard? He's so dumb. Stabbed in the chest by a 3-armed candelabrum. And you're sure the stabs to the chest were cause of death? There's no doubt about that. None. One of the spikes of the candelabrum even pierced the victim's heart. And unless you mean to call Dr. Hertz's professional opinion into question, we can only treat that as fact.
The coroner's opinion backing up my own winning ones. Now that's what I call a flawless victory.
Well, I'm certainly not about to ignore the coroner's findings.
Hey, what about my findings? You can't just ignore them.
I can ignore what isn't there. But if the cause of death really was the puncture wounds to the chest from the candelabrum, he's just ignoring him. It would seem to contradict one of the pieces of evidence we've gathered. He's not just ignoring my findings, he's ignoring me!
Do something, Gavelle!
Wait, hold on. Puncture wounds to the chest from the candelabrum. Okay, but like there's no way that she would have been walking around, right?
As you wish. At the very least, I will ensure that he cannot ignore my own conclusions. Your conclusions, however, Eustace, sometimes they deserve to be ignored. I doubt anybody could survive such grave wounds.
Yeah, that's the point.
Hold it!
But the victim may not necessarily have died instantly. I think we can say as much that at least.
Perhaps. But she would surely not have lived for longer than a few moments either.
So there are people who could survive even if you stabbed them in the chest?
Sure, there might be, and there might not be too.
So
Which is it?
trust me, there are not. And in case you're still tempted to believe, there might be.
Dare to read the coroner's report. Sure, you would have changed your tune. Okay.
Hold it!
Cause of death is the set of 3 puncture wounds on the left side of the chest inflicted by a candle holder.
Well done for reading, Mr. Edgeworth. Good job on the literacy. That report forms the very basis of my own conclusions.
In other words, if I disprove what it says, I disprove your conclusions too.
You have the strangest sense of humor, but I wouldn't mind seeing you try. However, before you do, I would advise you to read the report very carefully. After all, I am not interested in your opinions, only in solidly grounded deductions.
Oh yeah.
Oh, God. Whew. Okay. Very well, then you shall have my deductions. Mr. Edgeworth? Don't worry, Kay. Everything will be alright. I need to find something to prove that the victim was still alive and breathing immediately after the attack. If I can't, Kay's fate will be sealed. Na-na-na-na. Verity Gavelle. It's not this one again, yeah? Head injury sustained post-mortem. Three wounds in the chest. Thorium candelabrum. Where is the coroner's report? Sorry, nothing. The prongs of each arm are covered in blood. The spacing matches that of the wounds in the victim's chest. But is it really the murder weapon? Like, is it that the blood stains on the candelabrum are so shallow that, like, there's no way it would appear to the heart?
Objection!
Nope. It's not. There's a clear contradiction in your bullshit. It's just that I don't know what it is. Oh, right. You read the coroner's report. His new name is Useless Winner. I mean, he basically already is, yeah? Hmm. Hold on, maybe it's this one. And I just present the coroner report. Oops. Where's the damn coroner report? Oh, there. What side is your heart on? Is it your right or is it your left?
Objection!
Nope. Would you care to revise your testimony at all? No, why would I? You can't even figure out my bullshit. Three wounds. Those wounds are from the three-armed candelabrum. I like have a feeling it's the coroner's findings, but like I don't know. Head injury post-mortem. Slightly to the left of your chest. Shit, okay. Well. Okay, but then why are they standing there? No, I'm joking. I'm bugging. I need to find something to prove the victim was still alive and breathing immediately after the attack. Okay. Which means it's this one, right? How am I gonna prove that she was alive, though?
Objection!
Nope. Hmm. How do I prove this? Could she have had something on her, like, under her uniform that would have prevented an instant death? I don't think so. This isn't a movie. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-hmm. 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 Mm-mm-mm-mm. Mm. Life is stranger than fiction. Theodore Roosevelt survived an assassination thanks to his glasses case and a folded up speech in his pocket. Jesus Christ. Well, unfortunately, this is fiction, so it has to make sense. I'm so confused. I'm so confused now.
Objection!
And that's not it. Would you mind taking a look at this? Hmm. No, 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 no. I've tried presenting this, right?
Objection!
Yeah, okay. Would you mind taking a look at this for me? Okay. I'm so confused, dog. Oh, why do I play this at like in like the morning, like when I wake up? Masks. The clothes box? I don't know, man. Silence. Why not? What's wrong with my statement? It's wrong. True. No!
Objection!
Would you mind looking at this? Take a look at this. That right there is the mail. You want to talk about the mail? Oops.
Objection!
Nope. Brute force approach, baby.
Objection!
Nope, it's not this. Youch. So nothing on this last page.
Objection!
Bro, what? Would you care to revise your testimony? There's a lot of fluff text for, like, failed attempts, huh? That blew up in my face. The idea of Edgeworth, like, brute forcing through a case is extremely funny.
Objection!
Like, bro seriously does not know, and is just trying the Phoenix approach of fucking around and finding out.
Objection!
Are we so for real? Is Judge Gavelle telling us to win? Yeah, I think so.
Objection!
No. Youch. Oops.
Objection!
Nope. Youch. No. From here, please. Thank you. Keycard record. Nope. Youch. What if it's not this statement, straight up? Like, what a fucking red herring if it isn't. Because Edgeworth says, like, after. Because those are usually the hints, right? Like, the afterthoughts of each testimony. Think, Lee. I've been thonking. No. I've been thonking, but my brain don't work.
Objection!
I can't thonk any harder, guys. What about the Yatagarasu pin? Yeah. Went about as well as showing my badge during every case does in any Ace Attorney game. Oops.
Objection!
It's definitely the Jammin' Ninja mask. Except it's not. And she's like, shut up. And I'm like, oh, I should shut up, honestly, but I'm kind of lost here, so I'm just throwing evidence at you until I win. Nothing's out of place.
Objection!
It's straight up not this statement, huh? Mayhaps has to do with the coroner's report.
Objection!
God damn it.
Objection!
Youch.
Objection!
Try pressing again, it might give you a clue. Okay. Bam, 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 bam.
Hold it!
Okay, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Maybe it isn't that statement.
Hold it!
Maybe if you read the coroner's report, you would change your name. Read the report very carefully. Okay, I'll try. I thought I read like everything I could from there. Preliminary findings place time of death at sometime late last night. Cause of death is the set of 3 puncture wounds on the left side of the chest inflicted by a candle holder. Victim also suffered a head injury post-mortem. Other remarks, prominent burn mark on the back of victim's right hand. I mean, I can tell that the burn mark comes from fucking Excelsius. But... head injury post-mortem. Bandelabrum. Wait. Okay. I think it's the coroner's report. But I don't know which statement it needs me to present it on. So I'm just gonna present it on all of them.
Objection!
That ain't it. Shut up. No.
Objection!
Nope, that ain't it. Yeah. I love not gumshoe. I love Edgeworth noises though. At least we get Edgeworth noises. No. 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 Oops. God damn it.
Objection!
What? Are we so for real? And I tried this one. God knows I tried that one.
Objection!
No, it's not. It's not the coroner's report? I don't understand. I don't understand. I'm so confused. I'm like literally fucking lost. Time of death sometime late last night. Okay, nothing in her testimony contradicts that. Cause of death is the set of 3 puncture wounds on the left side of the chest inflicted by a candle holder. Yeah, okay. Victim also suffered a head injury post-mortem. Okay. Other remarks, prominent burn mark on the back of victim's right hand. Yeah, okay, that all tracks. I don't understand. It's the candelabrum.
Objection!
I'm just showing her because she said so. We all know what it's from, and I just hold out the candelabrum like the very important piece of evidence that they have, that they let me have. 3-armed candelabrum. Three-armed candle holder that may have been the murder weapon, judging by the wounds. Prongs of each arm are covered in blood. The spacing matches that of the wounds in the victim's chest. But is this really the murder weapon? What else could be the murder weapon? What else could be the murder weapon? What else could leave a pattern like that other than 3 evenly spaced knives? Like what? So incredibly confused. This is gonna be the rest of the stream, gang. I hope you like me navigating through the fucking evidence menu for the next 2 hours. Fingerprints and blood were found on the hood.
Objection!
Are we so for real? It's because... Oh my god. Wait, hold on. Wait, hold on. I'm so confused because, hold on. Hold on. She says that the head injury was post-mortem. I did it! I'm so confused though, because like, the coroner report says that like, the head injury was post-mortem. So how could it be on the head and not on the chest? Is she just lying? Is the coroner just lying? Fucking fuck ass old woman, god damn it. Like, what was that, like 20 minutes of pure pain? Oh, I didn't even read it, god damn it. There is a rather notable lack of holes on this coat. I assume that she put the coat on, like, after getting stabbed, right? Like... Chairman Winner, you know what this is, of course.
The red raincoat, that's right, isn't it, Verity?
Which is a pretty large hole. Yeah, but like, there also isn't like... I guess you wouldn't see it from this angle. But like... I don't know, man. I assume that she put it on after getting stabbed.
Yes, sir. The one Miss Ringer was wearing. I warn you, Mr. Edgeworth, you will not be thanked for retreating old ground here.
Well, I'm afraid I might have to, regardless. Now then, if you'll answer me this, Judge Gavelle. You told us that the victim's bloodstains were found on the coat. But do you remember where exactly they were found?
Of course. They were found on the hood and... No.
What's the matter, Verity?
The hood and... Was the blood found anywhere else on the raincoat?
No, it was not.
Doesn't that strike you as odd? The victim died of stab wounds to the chest. Wouldn't that lead one to expect to find bloodstains in that area? And yet, there was blood only on the hood. That's a glaring contradiction if I ever saw one. The head wound the victim suffered wasn't just some incidental injury. It was inflicted before the stab wounds to her chest.
Perhaps you are correct. Perhaps the victim did sustain the head injuries first. As you said, if she had been stabbed first, there should be blood in the chest area of the raincoat. Therefore, Miss Ringer cannot have been stabbed before the head injury had been inflicted on her.
Whoops. Our bad. But even if we concede this point, that the head injury came before the chest wound, what difference would it make? How does it change our understanding of the case? Hello, Kay is short as hell. How is she gonna bash someone over the head? Did she have a baseball bat? Where's that? I'd say it changes things a great deal. In fact, it raises an even more fundamental contradiction. That is quite the bold claim, Mr. Edgeworth. I have to admit, you have me intrigued. Perhaps you could show us this fundamental contradiction with some evidence. Contradiction. The coroner's findings.
Take that!
This is Dr. Hertz's preliminary findings, according to which the victim suffered a head injury post-mortem. But the order suggested by the bloodstains on the raincoat is... exactly the opposite, yes. Bailiff, this court hereby subpoenas Dr. Hilda Hertz to the committee chamber with all due haste. Until she testifies, this case cannot be brought to a close. Yes, Your Honor, I'll go fetch her at once. What do you think the committee's doing? Do you think they're just on their phones? Just like playing fucking Angry Birds? Like, man, what are they doing over there? Unfortunately, Dr. Hertz is a very busy woman. I doubt she will be able to come immediately. In the meantime, there is another important angle I would like to explore. Frankly, something has been bothering me about the person at the heart of this case. So-called ringleader. Who exactly are they?
Yeah, good point. We never looked into that, huh?
Despite having been mentioned repeatedly in this hearing, we still don't know even the most basic facts that might help us uncover their identity. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, do you have any thoughts on the matter? It was Rosie. We've seen nothing that might serve as clear evidence of the auctioneer's identity as of yet. But there is someone involved in the case that I can name. I suspect that at the very least that they might be able to point us in the right direction.
And that's...
Chairman Winner, I demand that you testify as to what you know. Oh.
What? Dad? Are you crazy? Why would you accuse my dad? That's my dad, man. You don't see me accusing your dad.
My dad is dead. Would you cast doubt on the integrity of the chairman of the committee? Yeah. Do you understand the implications of such an act? I don't care who or what he is. I've already lost my badge. We're talking about the truth here. And about a man who seems dead set on framing Kay at all costs. The mask, corsage, ticket stub, and everything else. The items Kay was carrying when she was found. They were deliberately placed in her possession somehow. By Chairman Winner himself. Oop. A shocking accusation, and one I find hard to believe. But for the sake of completeness, I must ask, why would he do such a thing? To draw heat away from himself, ironically. A verbal subpoena? That's probably not how this works. She's the judge, she makes the rule, she is justice. To cast suspicion on Kay, of course, why else? I even managed to get him to say something to that effect. Chairman Winner, your rebuttal, please. I think the good chairman might be in shock.
So what if I did?
What?
Did you hear me, boy? I said, so what if I did? You say you got me to admit as much, but where's your proof, With no witnesses to speak of, your word alone is hardly enough to make an accusation like that stick.
They have cameras in the prison. Surely they have at least rudimentary audio. You were quite loud about it.
Or do you mean to tell us that you have something more to base your outburst on?
He still has the arrogance he showed back at the detention center, and yet... Mr. Edgeworth, I'm going to have to ask you to explain yourself. If that's all right, Mr. Chairman.
Not at all. I'll be very interested to hear this for myself. I'm intrigued to learn where Miles might have gotten the idea that I'm some sort of criminal.
I mean, just like look at you though.
Because you'll never find a more fine and upstanding citizen than myself.
He has a lot of nerve acting all innocent like that. Very well, let's start at the very beginning. The fact that the auction took place right here in this hallowed trial chamber is a point of suspicion. A location that should by rights only be accessible to members of the committee.
Yeah, they all have keycards to the room after all.
Eustace, shut the fuck up!
Furthermore, these auctions seem to be held on a somewhat regular basis. And for that to be possible,
there can only be one winning explanation.
That's right, Mr. Winner. Huh. You're smarter than I expected. That the auctioneer is a member of the committee.
What? No!
Ugh! What on earth is wrong now?
What do I do, Dad? I played right into his hands.
Well, no, you were making correct observations, man. Dude.
You did indeed, you utter nitwit. But Miles, my boy, you do realize that you've cast quite the wide net with your explanation. Anyone in this room, save for you, the reporter, and my useless son, could be the culprit here.
That's true. There are 11 members of the committee altogether. 10, given Miss Ringer's unfortunate passing. 10 potential suspects in total. Well, it certainly isn't me. It can't be the chairman, can it?
Whoever it is, speak up right now.
Calm down, all of you, please. Well, Miles, is that all the proof you've got against me? You're very quiet all of a sudden.
It's called biding my time, loser.
But it's too late to back out now. You accused the former chief prosecutor and current committee chairman of a crime. Ugh. I would tell you to prepare for the worst. But there's no preparing for what you're about to face.
Oh god, he's so scary in the close-up. Know your place, bitch!
You've been forcing us to argue over every little detail for a while now. Where the murder happened, the order of the victim's injuries, some other things I hardly even remember. But you needn't have bothered, my boy, because it's all irrelevant in the end. Think about it, the suspect herself has already said she did it. That's all that matters at the end of the day, and her sentence will be lighter for it, so rejoice! Instead of life, she only gets, 70 years. And there you have it. Feel free to pick holes in it as you see fit.
How can I when that was barely a testimony to begin with? That man, he's a very powerful person, isn't he? It's okay, Mr. Edgeworth. Please, just let it go. I did it. I'm the murderer. I even remember doing it. You saw a flash of something half-remembered, Kay, nothing more. If you must believe in something, believe in me. Yeah, believe me when I say you should believe in your own innocence instead. Oh. But I'm up against the head of the committee here. This isn't going to be easy. But he seems to think he's already won. Perhaps I can use that against him. Rebuttal! Okay, time to save. I've got time for one more testimony. A very little detail. Even if the broad strokes are correct, it doesn't make something true.
Oh, don't be such a stick in the mud. I'd say the bigger picture is more than enough here. After all, every case has its little inconsistencies and contradictions. If we let ourselves get bogged down in every single one, we'd never make any arrests. And once we did, the trials would drag on forever. Longer than 3 days, and everyone knows that's the legal limit. Even you understand that, right?
Not in the slightest, hence my inquiry into the details.
Oh, to be so young and pig-headed. Oh. Anyway, you keep digging into these little details.
Where the murder happened, order of the victim's injuries, some of the things I hardly even remember because I only remember things that are convenient to me.
Hold it!
I seem to recall the ringleader's identity and the faulty coroner's report being critical points of contention.
Yes, I was listening, my boy. But critical is a matter of opinion.
How can you possibly suggest that such fundamental issues are not important? Perhaps it is your ability to make sound judgments that should be on trial here today.
No. Bravo, my young hothead. Wonderfully cutting stuff. You do like to try, though, don't you?
What? It's all irrelevant in the end. I don't think so, man. Time to take down hairless Sasquatch. I mean, he's not exactly hairless. He has quite a bit of hair. But, I get what you mean. There's no way any of what we've discussed today is irrelevant. Not unless you intend to bury the truth.
But none of it is relevant, dear boy. The only reason you keep trying to make it relevant is because otherwise you're up a creek without a paddle.
Suspect herself has already said she did it.
Hold it!
Just because she confessed to something doesn't make it the truth. Kay is suffering from amnesia, so any statement she makes should be taken with at least a grain of salt.
Objection!
Even so, it doesn't exactly solve anything for us, does it, dear boy? And it would be nonsensical to dismiss her confession outright.
Also, like, is it just me or was Excelsius's objection, like, so much lower mic quality? And that's crazy because Edgeworth's is from 2011 or 2012, whenever this game came out. Actually, it might be like the original Edgeworth objection lines from like the DS era or like GBA era.
I'll tell you what, why don't we ask her one last time? Though I'm sure she'll just say that she did it again.
Fine, let's do it. Let's ask her again. We'll see if she really believes herself to be the culprit.
Huh? You mean me?
Is this really what you want, Mr. Edgeworth? If it goes badly, it could significantly weaken your position. I know, but there's no other way. I only request that I be the one to question her.
You really know how to tug at an old man's heartstrings, you know? Woohoo! But fine, ask away on one condition. If this turns out to be a waste of time, that's it.
Oof.
We'll call the proceedings to an end then and there. Agreed?
Called the proceedings to an end. You mean the hearing?
Yes, dear boy, finally. You put 1 and 1 together. That's right. Perhaps you want a complete muddlehead after all. Now, just so we're clear, if we ask again, and all that happens is the girl confirms her guilt, she is officially declared guilty on the spot. Yes, that sounds like a great plan if I do say myself.
That's it? You just declare her guilty, just like that. That can't be legal. I know it's not legal, I'm a lawyer.
That's the gist of it.
It's a big risk, but he's going to find a way to condemn her either way if we don't find something. Kay.
Yes?
I know it's a lot to ask, but I need you to think. Do you remember anything else about what happened on the day of the murder? Anything that might help us prove your innocence?
Why? Why are you still fighting it, Mr. Edgeworth? It's no use. I can't be of help to you. I'm sorry. I'm too scared to try and remember anymore. Hey, what if I remember something even worse?
I don't care, you have to. Maybe Edgeworth is a Kazuma descendant, because this is giving the the same exact energy as Ryunosuke and Kazuma bullying an amnesiac man into remembering his trauma.
And if I did, I'd just be making more trouble for you. Please, just accept it. The Kay you thought you knew is a dangerous criminal. A criminal who let you down and betrayed your trust.
Don't worry, Kay. You have nothing to be afraid of. I may not have known you for very long, but I know you well enough. And right now, I'd say I know you better than you know yourself. Literally, because you're amnesiac. Wow! You would never commit a murder. You could never, because this is who you really are. You're you're the German ninja. You're the great thief Yatagarasu. A noble outlaw who would never stoop so low as to kill.
You know what? I do like the sound of that. But I can't do it. I'm sorry. Because all I can see is the one memory that's returned. I have to face it.
Hold it!
No. The only evidence of your guilt is the confession they forced out of you. As I said earlier, you have to believe that you're better than that. Or are you saying you don't believe a word of what I've been telling you?
No, it's not that. You're trying so hard to help me. And you're risking so much for me. It's too much. You have to stop. I'm begging you.
Ah, so that's what's going on. Frankly, I'm not a psychologist, so I don't care. I thought it was strange, but now I see. The reason you're allowing yourself to be railroaded into accepting your fate is because of me, isn't it? Which is exactly what the K I know would have done.
You're a good person, Mr. Edgeworth.
Sorry to burst your bubble, but I'm not. I don't plan on becoming one anytime soon. Because despite all your wishes to the contrary, I'm still trying to help you. So you see, I've merely been servicing my own ego, regardless of what I put you through. Now, let's try this again. See the good in yourself, Kay. Remember the noble thief you truly are. That memory of you committing the murder, you need to question it with all you have. Steal the fucking truth from your own goddamn mind. So please, do it for me.
Ah!
Kay!
What's wrong? Did you remember something?
Oh, it'd be like some cliche movie plot if she did.
A cow.
What? Oh! You! What?
A cow? Mr. Edgeworth, if you could perhaps ask her for a few more details. What does that mean?
Kay, what can you tell us about this cow?
I remember now. The person in the red raincoat, she had it in her hand.
Oh.
A stuffed cow! I can see it so clearly now.
Are you sure, Miss... Oh, wait, no.
Are you sure, Miss Faraday? Are you absolutely certain? Yes, I'm sure. Then this court acknowledges the defendant's latest statements as new testimony.
Objection!
Excelsius is just like, what?
Have you lost your mind, Verity? We can't accept testimony like this.
With all due respect, Mr. Chairman, information pertaining to the victim and to processions is...
new and highly relevant evidence.
Objection!
Is she helping?
Need I remind you of the addled state of her memory? No, this simply won't do.
Oh, I'm sorry. So, her confession is allowed with her muddled state of memory, but this piece of evidence that doesn't work for you is inadmissible? Fuck you, dude. Kill yourself. Addled. But if we claim her memory is unreliable now, then our own argument is weakened, sir. You said yourself only a few moments ago that thanks to the suspect's confession, we need not worry ourselves over the finer details, did you not? Were we to call the validity of her memories into question, then we must also call into question the confession on which our entire argument is based. Is that really the most advisable course of action?
Yes, you're right. Proceed as you see fit, then. God.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We're still in the game, but only by the skin of our teeth. And only thanks to Judge GAVÈLLE'S intervention. It's almost as if she was on our side for a second. Is this how that man felt when I helped him out in the Steel Samurai case? Oh, it feels good. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, the stuffed animal. I believe the cow in question is this thing here, Your Honor. We found it in the storeroom and believe it is yet another auction lot. Wait, that's...
Do you know something, GAVÈLLE?
No, it's just not what I imagined. I suppose it is a rather odd thing for the victim to have been carrying. It's a weird reaction. I should look it over carefully. I fucking love this music because it's always fun to just spin evidence to it. Like, look at this. Tell me this isn't peak, like, fun. Tell me this isn't fucking hilarious. Look at that. Look at him go. Microwave. The right horn seems intact, but I can't say it's doing much for the overall symmetry of this stuffed toy. Look, Mr. Edgeworth, it moves. It does? It sounds like sand being crushed? It would seem there was a recording device hidden inside. And... I knew it was you the moment I laid eyes on you. You can't hide that burn from me. Oh... Nothing to say for yourself. I've waited so long for this day, and now I'll finally have my revenge. Could this be the moment of the murder? And someone made a recording of it. Broken plushie data updated in my organizer. Hey! That's them right there! Hold on. I just want to peep that. There's a cherry blossom petal caught in the fur here. Kay told us she saw the toy fall to the ground at the foot of the cherry tree upstairs. I guess that explains how this petal got stuck here. The left horn is missing. That's where the recording device is. Can't help but wonder where it went. Although, even if we were to find it, it still might not be an easy. It might not be easy to fix up either. Look at him. Head empty. Actually, head full of secrets. Hey, that's them right there! They Them's the voices I heard, sure as eggs is eggs!
Overruled.
Unfortunately, we have no way of verifying when these voices were recorded. It's possible they have nothing to do with the murder. If only there was some accompanying video footage. You got bugs in your ears or something, lady? I done told you, them's the voices I heard. And we already know the victim was holding that thing, right? So it's gotta be for when she got shot. Or when she got. Yes, it is a possibility, but a weak one without more than your word to back it up. We need something more. Something credible. We need, yet again, she seems to be stepping in help. Wait, stepping in to help, I assume. Judge GAVÈLLE, I think we all know the voices are from the moment of the murder. Consider for a moment the words we heard one of the speakers say. I knew it was you the moment I laid eyes on you. You can't hide that burn from me. I believe we may have something that could explain what these words are referring to. What these words are referring to and how it's all related. Which piece of evidence proves that the voices are from when the murder occurred? The findings.
Take that!
The coroner's preliminary findings. How do they prove anything? Indeed, what on this page shows that the voices must be from the time of the murder. Brrrr. I mean, is that necessarily the time of the murder? Because, like, I feel like you could recognize someone from an old burn, right? Think again on the words you heard. This part in particular sticks out in my mind. You can't hide that burn from me. The victim's had a prominent burn mark on the back of her right hand. And what of it? According to case testimony, the victim was carrying the stuffed cow toy. And a burn mark, an identifying mark unique to the victim, was mentioned on the recording it captured.
Ha! It's just a coincidence. Stuff like that happens all the time, right?
Overruled.
Oof. I'm not so sure that it does. Especially not in this case. The court accepts that the recording may be from the time of the murder. In which case, one of the two voices must belong to the real culprit. And based on the content of that conversation, it seems likely that it's the one we hear the most.
But that still doesn't tell us anything about the killer's true identity, or even if they're male or female.
Due to the voice change is correct. Unfortunate, but unavoidable. One thing, however, has become clear. We are now able to say that the voices Miss Hart heard were those of Mr. Ringer and her killer. Or Miss Ringer, my bad. Just like I done told you they was! Man! If y'all just believe me, you coulda cut through all of this bullshit. We can say something else now, too. Then let's hear it. That is, if you don't mind, Mr. Chairman.
Do as you wish.
According to Miss Hart, just before the murder occurred, two people came up to the storeroom from the committee chamber on the elevator. The ringleader and one of the auction attendees. It seems this was the point at which money exchanged hands. The murder happened immediately afterward, and the auction carried on after that. All of which points to one key fact. The ringleader was the victim? The victim in this case was none other than the ringleader themselves. No. You sure about that, Brainiac? Auction carried right on after the D got dead, no? Maybe they had backup auctioneers. I don't know. Ouch. That's not it. If we think back over everything we've learned, there's only one possible answer. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, what is the new crucial revelation you speak of? Huh. Okay, the ringleader was the killer. Since the ringleader was the auction's sole auctioneer... Well, we don't know that it was the sole auctioneer, but whatever, man. Then it follows that they cannot be the victim.
Hey, GAVÈLLE.
Not right now, Eustace. There's a good boy. Hey, yo. Shh, 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 shh.
used to shut up. And if they weren't the victim, then they can only have been the killer. A compelling argument, but hardly conclusive. I'm fully aware of that, Your Honor. I was merely warming up for the main event. There were certain traces left on the scene that seemed to suggest that the ringleader was the killer. Whoa, whoa, what did she mean by that? She meant that Eustace needs to shut the hell up, is what she meant. But, you know, given the nature of how she talks, it just sounded a little, Then please hurry and show us. What is something that was placed on the scene that points to the ringleader as having been the killer? I'm thinking the clothes box. Placed on the scene. Or maybe the chamber blood? The flower, maybe? No. Na, 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 na. I'm gonna say the flower.
Take that!
This evidence clearly shows that the ringleader... I don't get it. Me neither.
For once, I agree with my idiot boy.
Oh. They wanted to hide the storeroom. Okay. Gavelle's like, I'll give you another chance just because I'm on your side for this case.
Take that!
The killer deliberately left a large pool of blood at the foot of the goddess of justice statue. It was due to that blood that we originally thought the murder had happened in this chamber. But it was simply a ruse designed to cover up the blood that had dripped down from the storeroom. In order to conceal the existence of the underground auction, correct? Correct. If the culprit had nothing to do with the auction, they would have had no reason to cover up that blood. Which further supports the theory that the ringleader and the killer were one and the same. And as to the identity of the ringleader, do you have anyone you'd like to name? The auction is always held in this committee chamber, with its storeroom located just overhead. So at the very least, we know the murderous ringleader has some connection to the committee.
Yes. And you suspect me, correct?
As the committee's most powerful member, that should hardly be a surprise, right?
Objection!
You're a fine prosecutor. Or at least you were. That much I'll give you. But as I think I may have mentioned already, you're also hopelessly naive.
Dad, you need to stop stealing the printer paper from home. I don't have any printer paper for my assignments.
You've got nothing, dear boy, have you? No evidence whatsoever. Unless you've got something to share after all.
Ugh. Do I have any evidence to show that Chairman Winner is the murderer? I don't. It was Chairman Winner himself who brought up the fact that I suspected him. And he seemed confident right from the get-go that he's untouchable. Which means he knows I have nothing.
Oh, well, Miles, my boy, time to pay the piper. I've always wanted to say that. Verity, he's all yours.
Shit. Hold it! Wait!
wait, dang it. I just remembered something.
Huh? Did you have amnesia too?
Nah, I'm just stupid. Nah, it just done came to me. Flashy inspiration, you know how it is. I keep a lot of my memories up in my hair. Sometimes it's hard to find them.
Very well, say your piece.
Objection.
What are you doing, Verity?
Mr. Edgeworth has made it clear that he won't give up until every last lick of hope has been extinguished. So extinguish we must, lest he try to drag us through this excruciating process again in the future.
She's playing him. She's playing him so bad.
Yeah, what she said. I don't get it, but it sounded pretty cool.
I love Eustace. He's so fucking stupid. The most boy failure ever.
Don't worry, Dad. I'll help Gavelle bring this to a winning finish. We'll show them how wrong they are. Fine. Let's hear what the witness has to say.
You heard the chairman, Miss Hart. If you would be so kind.
Well, alright then. Here goes nothing. The facts, Miss Hart, and nothing but the facts, please. Don't you worry your pretty little head on that front. I'm a journalist. Truth's my middle name. You know, and... You know, also liar, but, you know, don't worry about that. Color me officially worried. So the ringleader's the killer, right? Which makes the victim one of them auction goers. Thing is, that don't add up. I counted 11 people coming down that hatch, see? Then the murder happened, and then the auction started back up again. Now, I had me look back downstairs right after that. No. And wouldn't you know it, there were 11 little duckies, all lined up in a row again. Ow!
And you're sure of this, Miss Hart?
Sure can be your gavel shit. Saw 'em with my own two peepers.
So, 11 before the murder and 11 again right after means... Wait, that's a thingy. The thingy. A contradiction, Eustace. You try to keep up. You went to law school.
Well, yeah, but I failed all of my classes, and they said that you paid my way through. Miss Hart, did nothing really change at all? I done told you already. They carried right on again like nothing even happened. Oh, except for, it wasn't nothing much, but, what is it? That little old mallet doodad? Can't have yourself an auction without one. Kinda like the one Missy over there's got, but different.
The auctioneer's hammer.
That's the money. I done heard that thing banging and clanging right the way through, then nothing. Just like that. So the noise of the hammer stopped midway through. Could have something to do with the murder.
If what Miss Hart is telling us is true, we have something of a problem. Namely, that if the victim is neither the auctioneer nor one of the attendees, your entire theory cannot stand, Mr. Edgeworth.
Chalk one up for justice. Eat that, Edgeworth.
See, Mr. Edgeworth, there really was nothing we could do. No, there must be something we're overlooking, something we still don't have an explanation for. I just need to think. If I can't, Kay is...
All right, kids. Do we finally have all our answers now? Are we done playing in the sandbox? If so, then I expect you to make good on... what now?
One moment, sir. I worry that it might still be a little early to pass judgment. After all, we have one more matter yet to resolve. And until we do, we cannot claim complete and total victory over Mr. Edgeworth.
No, she's playing him so hard, dog.
Huh? Is that not so, Mr. Edgeworth? Frankly, I expected you to have raised your voice by now. A loud hold it, perhaps.
Oh, yes, of course. And once again, she's rescued us from the jaws of defeat.
Very well, let's get this over with, shall we? What's this one matter that still remains?
Why, the contradiction in the coroner's report, sir.
That's...
I'm back with the witnesses, Your Honor!
Oh, what's all this about? Why'd you call us back down here?
Oh, wait, no.
Oh, what's all this about? Why'd you call us back down here? Did somebody suddenly fall ill? I'll have a compress ready in 2 shakes of it. Ah! This better be good. Did somebody else drop dead? Well, they might soon wish they had.
Dr. Hertz, Miss Needler, thank you for coming on such short notice. Let me assure you, this won't take long.
Quit trying to butter me up and cut to the chase, will ya?
Of course, we summoned you here to confirm something. What is Judge Gavelle up to? Dr. Hertz, this court asks that you provide the unabridged truth regarding the following. Do you stand by your preliminary findings? Can you vouch for their complete and total accuracy?
Grandma doesn't make mistakes, ever!
That's strange.
Huh? What do you mean?
I don't know if I said this before, but Needler reminds me of, the girl from Persona 4. The trombone girl. Like the Sun, like, music club social link. She looks like her. In the course of this trial, an error was indeed found in her report. And so I ask again for the truth, Dr. Hertz. Did you alter, tamper with, or in any way falsify your findings?
That's awful! How can you even say that? What are you asking me for? Why the heck would I want to do that?
To help the true culprit, of course.
As if I'd know anything about all that. I just know I didn't do anything of the sort.
Then that seems doubly strange. What other explanation could there be for the discrepancy in your report? Mr. Edgeworth, I wonder what you might have... I wonder if you might have any thoughts on the matter. It's not like you to be coy, I must say. Why does she keep taking charge and helping me? I still don't know what she's trying to do, but I'll happily take what I can get. If everything was recorded accurately and then handed off to Mr. Winner according to protocol, then the report shouldn't contain any mistakes.
Wait. For the record, I didn't do anything to the report.
I guess we'll see, won't we? Dr. Hertz, perhaps we could begin with your side of the story.
What do we even need to? This is pointless.
I'll be the judge of that, of what's pointless, thank you very much.
We have patients waiting back at the hospital. But Grandma, yahoo! We really don't have time for this.
Won't you please help us? I can't stress how important this is.
Grandma says she'll testify. But could you please make it quick? If we're not back soon, people will suffer.
You have other doctors in the hospital. Yet you had no qualms about taking your time and buying cotton candy the last time we saw you. We'll let you go as soon as we can, I promise. Assuming you tell us the truth, that is. Oh, God. The so-called mistake in the report.
No way there's a mistake in Grandma's report. Not ever. I've been dealing with the deed longer than you've been alive, Sonny Jim. Me writing something wrong is about as likely as... Ow! And what the heck do you think I'd stand to gain by doctoring a file, hmm? Don't make a lick of sense. And that's all she has to say. Nothing funky here.
See, it's just as I thought. There's no chance the good doctor doctored her findings.
And you swear by the holy goddess that this testimony is true?
Of course! Grandma's never told a lie in her...
Objection!
Your opinions are not necessary, Nurse Needler. Your grandmother is the subject of this inquiry, not you. Oof.
Not necessary! That's not fair! I'm the only ally poor Grandma has! Go ahead and shout objection left and right, but you best be prepared then, Mr. Ex-Prosecutor.
Oh, I'm more than prepared. I'm ready to expose the truth behind the error in the report. But I will be doing that next time. Because I have to go get ready for work. So thank you all for watching. And let me go back to the title real quick. Oops. Come on, back to title. Thank you all for watching. I will be back with investigations next week because I've already finished Chronicles. So we can pick up the pace on this case. Finish this game quicker than usual. And I will be streaming ZZZ, hopefully the very end tail of it, over on Twitch tomorrow. So I will see you all there. Bye-bye.